Schon gar nicht bei Schrift.
Boom, boom, boom. We're live, everybody. Hey, welcome to Red TV in Conversation. I'm Peter Clark. That's who it is. Don't let the hair fool you. It's the same guy. Super pumped to have you here today. Thank you for joining us. Always appreciate you showing up, especially if you're here for the first time. If you're here for the first time, thanks for showing up. I love having you here. And for those who've been here before, you already know what's in store. So that's why I really like you being here. I appreciate that. Like and share with your network, everybody. Red TV, what we're trying to do is amplify good people doing good things in the world. We got one over there, and we're going to do it right now in a few minutes. And again, thank you for being here. I so appreciate it. It's more important than you think. We need people out there amplifying other people who are doing good. I want to do my part, and by you watching and sharing and so on, you're going to do your part. We have so much to cover here because we have a hard stop. Normally my shows, I try to squeeze them into 90 minutes. I try to squeeze them down to 90. We got to stay under 60 today because our guest, she's rocking and rolling. She's got show after show after show after show. So we got to make sure we jump to the time frames and make sure we keep her on track today. So, hey, guess what we're talking about today, everybody? Doing good. Hey, it's a theme for all of us right now. It's so important. Over the last couple of years, of course, doing good for people has just been amplified and magnified beyond our imagination globally. So it's so important that we keep having these conversations. But it's a daily thing. It's not just once because of a conflict or something that's happening in the world. Our thoughts and prayers going out to people that are in Europe, specifically in Ukraine, or dealing with all kinds of things that are unimaginable. So being kind and doing good is such an important theme. And hey, we got the person for you today. I'm part of this I want to be part of this every year. So I'm part of it again this year, which I'm so pumped about. We have the founder of 365 Give and Do One Give Day. Now, Do One Give Day is technically on April 28th of 2022 this year. So this show is really just to celebrate and to get it moving forward and to talk about it and to inspire you to get out there and do good. She's a TEDx speaker. Over 6 million views, everybody, on the TEDx talk. Not too bad. Philanthropist, and she's just a super cool human being, super cool mom. And I'm always so privileged to have her. But I want to tell you a little secret. This year has been really a little bit rough on me physically. And she was one of those people that reached out to me one-on-one. When you need that little something, that person was there for me. So I so appreciate that. I just want to make sure everyone heard that. Please welcome everybody, Jacqueline Way. How are you?
Hello. So excited to be here. Peter Clark. Okay, first and foremost, for everybody that's there, how are you loving that hair, everybody? I just got to say it. I love the new do. We've gone from, I just told Peter, we've gone from the 70s to the 90s and one haircut. It's awesome. I love it.
I know. I didn't come right into the 20s. I didn't come into the 2000s yet. I'm not there yet.
Is this your first show with your haircut?
No, but you know what it is, what you're noticing it is that I did a couple shows recently and I always wear headphones, my big headphones. Oh, yeah, and of course with long hair, you can hide the headphones and no one knows you have them.
No, we knew you had long hair.
So now I have headphones on, but they're just little tiny earbud ones. And that's, hey, but hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. It has been strange, and the reason why, and take away the shallowness of that topic. But what I find fascinating is that
nothing shallow. I think you look fabulous. I'm giving you your compliment. It's my 365 give for the day. I love it.
I appreciate that. You know, what I was going to say is it's just interesting how you identify yourself with certain things in your life. You
Absolutely.
identify, and then people identify you with that. So the good news is, of course, for you, of course, you have beautiful hair as well, but people identify you as doing good and give and the 365 give and all of that. So thank you for that right up front. We're going to be bumping around a little bit and talking a little bit about what that is, what we're trying to lead up to on this coming Thursday. In this case, it's April 28th, 2022. If you're watching this on repeat and we're past the date, hey, no issues. Still do good every single day.
Do good every day.
Right? So,
right.
So that's a really important thing to talk about. So, hey, I just want to make sure we got acknowledgement of people. Listen, they tune in for you. They
oh
listen.
my God. I have the best friends on LinkedIn. Like, oh my God.
Don't you? I know you do.
Blessed am I.
So there you go. Look, boom. There's Tim Stone.
Tim. Hey, Tim. How are you?
Tim here. Good to see you.
And Danielle.
How cool is that? All the way over in. See, I got to get to her little town. She's right in the middle of Europe, not too far from where they're going to have the happiness conference.
The happiness conference in Amsterdam.
Not too bad, right from
with
there.
all of our friends. Peter, we need to go fly out there is what I really think we need to do. There's so much going on there right now. It's amazing.
You read my mind. Look at this young fella.
Oh, Michael Ray is in the house. Lucky us.
Good to see that guy. Good to see that guy. I love seeing that guy. Let's see who else is popping in here. Hey, love that. Thank you. Beautiful human being. Love it. Yeah. Coming together and so on. And hey, this is the last time I mentioned, but hey, yeah, got a haircut. There you go.
See that?
I don't know what it is. Massachusetts in the house. Melody, always good to see you. Love having you here. Always love having you here. Jojo in Ottawa. Jojo right now is battling just so many physical ailments, Jacqueline, Parkinson's specifically, but other things even on top of that. So, but she sent me a personal video message the other day. It just made my heart and soul just swell. She is such a fighter, such an inspiration. Jojo, we're thinking about you, and we want to make sure everyone knows the battle that you're doing. And you are, she's raising money. She's raising awareness for Parkinson's. God love you, Joe. Yeah.
Sending you love. Thank you.
Doing one good. That's what she's doing. Iowa in the house. Hey, Maria, good to see you. And Byron, they got a brand new book, everybody. So check them out. Make sure you go there. They got a brand new book, Journey Well. Hey, shouldn't we all? That's all.
We were just talking about it the other day. It was perfect.
Right. Fantastic. Okay, Jenny. I've never been to this town. Now I know Ontario well.
Where is that? I know Ontario. Jenny, where is that in Ontario?
You got to tell us where that is, Jenny, because I've lived in.
I do not know where that is. I'm from London, Jenny, so I know Ontario. Been there.
That's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm thinking. I don't recognize that name.
We'll wait for that response, Jenny.
Okay, here we go. Stefan, hey, good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. It's always good to see you. And who else is in the house? I mean, there's so many people here, just so you know. Oh, greetings from Suzanne. That could be Suzanne Heaton, motivated by nature. I hope that's the case. If it is, I just want to give her a great shout out there. Wendy, always good to see Wendy. She's a fan of yours. I know she is.
Hi, Wendy.
Super big fan of yours. Who isn't? I'm going to find that person. I'm going to find that person and interview that person is what I'm going to do. I'm going to find, near Sabo Beach. That's where she is. I know where you are.
Sabo Beach. Okay, we know that, but I've never heard of that
Collingwood
area.
That's Collingwood area. Is it not up? Yes, that's Collingwood area. Mention that again, Jenny. 2.5 hours northwest. There you go. And feeling the love. Thank you.
I love it. Thank you.
We appreciate that.
Rainbow love there. I love that. Love that. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thanks everybody for showing up. We so appreciate it more than you think. And share and call some people. If you got questions, by the way, I'm going to leave this one kind of wide open. I know normally I try to push through, but Jacqueline, you and I have spoken so many times privately.
Go watch the replays, right?
Right. I know. I just can't wait.
We can just do that here, replay from last year.
I could. I mean, I went and found the old notes and I was looking through it. I was like, okay, we covered all of that. But, what's fascinating is that you can build great relationships, obviously, on LinkedIn. And you can support other people and so on. And I think that's just a powerful message in what we're talking about. But let me get right to you now. Let's go back to, we got to talk about April 28th, Do One Give Day. I know you're going to talk about it over the next few days, and people already who know who you are and so on know what it is. Give us the Cole's notes.
We're gonna do the elevator pitch for 365 Give and Do One Give Day.
Let's do it.
For those of you that don't know, 365 Give is my name of my charitable organization. It was actually started as a personal parenting project, believe it or not, with my son and I when he was just 3 years old. And, the most important thing to me as a parent, and really what I feel that everyone as parents in our world, or if you're a teacher, or if you're a grandparent, you're an aunt, you're an uncle, anyone that has access to children in the world right now, what we know is we need to start building a new generation of children. If we want different leaders for our world than what we're seeing right now, we've got to teach them differently. And that was kind of my thought when I became a parent. I'm an adoptive mom. My son was just 11 weeks old when he came home. And as much as I was so excited about becoming a parent, when I was looking around the world then, and this is a few years going back now, we're going on 14 years, I was like, oh, what am I bringing my kids into? How do we even grow happy, caring, compassionate, loving little human beings when you look around the world? And there was a part of me that was a little scared going, well, what about when they're 40? Are we even going to have a planet at that point? Right.
Right.
And wow, look at the world today. Holy moly, a lot's happened in those past few years, and it doesn't get any less scary for people.
Yeah.
If anything, it's been a little more scary. But here's the really great thing is, when my son turned 3, I thought, what, I want to start that brain programming. And what we know about children is that they learn the most in their life between the ages of 0 and 7. It's when all of this brain programming that we all talk about, it's like our brains are a little computer. And this is our opportunity to do that programming that we want with our kids before they get to school, before they start finding their independence, their own friends, their own influences in their life. This is our opportunity to really start molding those beautiful little brains of theirs and their beautiful little hearts. And I'm going to tell you why. Because our brain and hearts are both brains in our body, and not everybody considers this. But the first part is that let's start teaching them young. So at the age of 3, my son's 3rd birthday, we were going to do this super fun family project together, which I ended up calling 365 Give. And we were going to do one thing to give back to the world every single day for 365 days. Sounds super fun with a 3-year-old, doesn't it?
But before you jump into that, where did that for you come from, though? Why did you want to do that? I mean, because now it has transcended over to younger people, and I know that's your encouragement, but you have to think of it. So it's almost like me saying, like, why is it your business? Why did you make it?
Yeah. Why is it my business to change the world? Exactly. I think this is the really neat thing. And when I talk about parents kind of programming you in your life is without realizing it. And it wasn't actually until I did my TED Talk that it really clicked in for me. But both of my parents were in the world of service. My mother was a nurse. She was an NLP practitioner. In the days nobody even knew what NLP was. She was a massage therapist. So her whole life was centered around service. Same with my father. He was a doctor. His whole life was about service. And so they brought us into a lot of their activities as well. I had days where I would go and volunteer with my dad at the hospital. I talk about this on my TED Talk. We actually used to every Christmas morning go and sing around the beds of his patients and go and sing them Christmas carols. I have 3 sisters. So, these 4 little girls going and singing, "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." So it was the programming that, as much as they didn't do it intentionally, it was automatic in our family. When you went out with my dad and did anything, you picked up garbage everywhere we went. That was his thing. Like you'd go on a holiday, we'd go to beaches, same as everybody else did. Every morning, walk along the beach, we'd all pick up garbage. That was just our thing. And that was before we talked about taking care of our planet, blah, blah, blah. Right. So he kind of instilled this just automatically because it was who he was in his own life.
Doing the right thing. He just thought it was doing the right thing.
Completely.
Right? Yeah. Okay.
And so that was instilled in me. And then I got really blessed that in my 20s, I got involved in the philanthropic world through special events. And for years, and this is for people who are on LinkedIn, I talk about how businesses can integrate philanthropy or giving into their businesses all of the time. When I was 25, my first business, doing special events, I'm like nobody in the middle of the big city of Toronto. And that was the decision I made. I was only going to work with people who wanted to raise money because I didn't have millions of dollars to give. I actually didn't have $5 to give at that time. But what I knew is that I could take from the rich and give it to the places that needed it. So I called it the Robin Hood effect in those days. I ended up over the course of that business, raising over $10 million for charitable organizations all over the world. And it wasn't any of my money, right? I actually made money raising money, which was really cool. So I had that philanthropic bug like under my skin, which really what I came to realize is it was part of my programming that had gone on when I was a child. And so when I was becoming a parent, I was like, okay, it was time to get out of the event business. That's a tough gig to have when you're going to have a kid, because it's a lot of time, a lot of energy. And so it was just, what could I do? You know, what could I still do to do my philanthropic work? But it had to be easy. I had to be able to do it with a kid, all of those things. And literally 365 Give just, it popped up in my brain. It's actually a really funny story, because at that time, my kid was best friends with 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗵 daughter.
Okay.
They used to do all these programs together, music. And Sarah and I used to sit on the edge, on the steps of our community center here in Vancouver. And we'd talk about this idea and brainstorm ideas for what we were going to call it. And then it was one day I said to her, what do you think? And she's like, that's it. That's the name of it. So it's actually my 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗵 story that I'm going to throw in there just for fun, because she lives around the corner from me.
Social cachet. It's good. It's all good.
Absolutely. So, and yeah, so it was fun. So we got started, you know, we did the whole concept of 365 Give is it's got to be simple, easy. It can be close to home, and it doesn't have to cost money, because what we knew that by setting that example for everyone is that then anybody could do it. And my simple goal with 365 Give, I created a blog around it, was how can we inspire just one person? And I'll let you know that hasn't changed for me. Even today with Do One Give Day coming up, if I can inspire one person to give, then in that day, I have inspired not only that one person, but science and research tells us that every person that gives, it actually ripples to 3 more people. I was doing this in a classroom yesterday with some kids, and I went, so if you do one give and you inspire it to 3 more people, in total, it's actually 4 acts of giving because of the ripple effect of giving. Your one ripples to 3 more. And that's for a couple of reasons. Is one, that when you give, first of all, you're touching something else in the world, right? You're touching, and that could be, it doesn't have to be just people. This isn't like random acts of kindness to people. This is intentional giving to people, the planet, or animals. So it can be anything in our world. First of all, when you set that intention and you touch something else, and I'm going to actually give you the classroom example. I was talking to a whole classroom yesterday. It was so fun for me to be back in the classroom.
Yep.
And we were talking about this, and it's this cyclical, this intertwined, this oneness connection that I like to talk about. And so let's say, for example, on Do One Give Day, I decide to go pick up garbage. We've got a big garbage cleanup happening in my community on Do One Give Day. And so let's say I choose to go out and I collect garbage down at the beach. And I say to the kids, you know what? It's not just the garbage that you're cleaning up off of our planet. We know we're helping our planet, but here's the cool thing. When you pick up garbage, you're also helping, for example, that garbage isn't going into our oceans. Well, in the oceans is actually food that we eat, right? When our garbage, our waste, our chemicals are going into our oceans, that's going into the fish that we all eat. So every time I pick up garbage, not only am I helping our planet by keeping it cleaner, helping Mama Gaia, you know, and get rid of a little more waste in our world, but I'm also helping the fish that directly affect me and my family and how we show up in the world. So it's this beautiful circle that we have to remember that we're all connected in the world. And so when I give, I'm affecting everything around me. And I'm changing the world in my very own small way. But if we take 7.7 billion people doing small acts of giving every day, literally in one day, we would change the world. We would change the way we're showing up in the world. We're spreading happiness not only to others, but ourselves. We're spreading love not only to others, but it comes right back to us at the same time. And all of a sudden, we're starting to shift and change the paradigm of how we are all showing up in the world. And that keeps rippling and rippling and rippling. So as much as we say it's hard to change the world, it actually wouldn't if we all came together and we started just practicing small acts of giving every day.
Fantastic. Yes. Yeah. And I'm showing the website, everybody, 365give.ca.
Thank you.
There's some ideas right there for you, you know, making a plan and count and share, download. There's lots of tools here. I want to make sure everyone understands that you don't have to be alone on this journey. You can actually, participate with other people. That's the whole point of it, building a community and being around other people that are doing the same thing, thinking the same thing. And you put up action guides. There's digital tools here that people can download.
No, I mean, you can literally just download that one post that says, I love you or you're beautiful. pop it up on your social media and just watch the reaction that you will get. Tag
Right.
some of your friends that just need that message on Do One Give Day, right?
Right.
Tag your people that you're in community with on social media, or just tag some friends that you think would just love getting that message. It's that simple. We've made it really easy for everyone. You can download a LinkedIn banner, put it up for the day if you want. All of these actions make a difference to the world around you.
Absolutely. And what I'm going through them all because I want to really encourage people. I mean, it's almost fun to kind of go through this and pick out one that resonates with you. Share it amongst we all have different communities, by the way. Our LinkedIn community is different sometimes in our Facebook community and Twitter.
And this is for your family, right? I mean, there's lots of tools for kids in here, and that's what we do for the schools that we work with. Is we did lots of tools that the schools could use, or lots of tools that families can use, that are just fun and simple and easy.
Fantastic. And I want to get a shout out right there to some of your sponsors. If anyone there specifically, if you want to just jump through a couple.
Well, we have to shout out 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗵 Media, 𝗟𝗶𝘃𝗏𝗏. Wow. Like, what a gift. This is the really fun part that we're doing with Do One Give Day this year, is that we started yesterday. I got to get back in the classroom, and 𝗏𝗃𝗏 is very graciously on 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗏s creating the 365 Give story with all of the beautiful social good videos that he does and creates from all over the world. So we are in the midst right now of filming and creating that video, which I'm so excited about. We have been waiting. This is a great story, actually, because 𝗏𝗃𝗏, he's here. He posts all of his videos on LinkedIn. And it's a fun full circle moment story that we had actually approached 𝗏𝗃𝗏 and Bright Vibes about, the first year for Do One Give Day, our very first year, with a video that we had created. And 𝗏𝗃𝗏 just was like, it's not quite what we do. It wasn't quite the right fit then. But here's the beautiful thing, is that yesterday he actually very graciously, that video that we had made, right, he shared it over on Bright Vibes for us today. It was this beautiful full circle moment. And now he's going to be sharing the 365 Give story. And I'm like, how does that work? Like, just amazing how we build, like we talk about friendships and relationships we build here on LinkedIn and on other platforms. And all of a sudden, it's no longer just you're approaching a stranger to say, do me something for me. It's about building relationships, working together, spreading the messages that are important in the world. And that's how 𝗏𝗃𝗏 and I work together now. And I love it. And you've had him on the show. I mean, he's
I know
a phenomenal human being.
I know that energy well. I mean, it's fantastic energy. And so the fact that you're synchronizing that energy and bringing it together, that makes a ton of sense and so on. Hey, thank you for sharing all of that. I want to make sure that we're shouting out lots of people are fans of yours.
There's Daniel.
There's Daniel. Good to see Daniel Hall. His story alone is a living, breathing act of Do One Give every single day.
Absolutely.
So appreciate that. Byron, good to see you. Good luck with your book, by the way. Journey Well, that's his book.
Hi, Byron.
Mariah, which is fantastic. This is good melody. You picked up on that issue. I read the first persistent question kids ask is why. That is so true. And so why? Why are we doing this, and why are we helping, and why are we paying attention to, like you said, our environment? Why are we cleaning up the beach? All these kinds of things, super important. And Diane Jackson, good to see you, my friend. She has an amazing story, Jacqueline. Survivor of cancer and these kinds of things, and she was on Tim's show actually talking about her cancer journey. So if anyone's interested in checking out the replay of that, do so. It's also good. There's a rock star right there.
There he is. Mr. Rob House is in the house.
And the legend right there. So I think he had something to do with your video. So let me put up the video right now this year. I'm going to put it up just so everyone knows when you're broadcasting on LinkedIn, you can, but on other platforms and so on, if you play music that's copywritten, they like to shut you down. So I'm going to put on the video. The song is What the World Needs Now. But I want to put up the video, and I'll take the volume down for everybody. But I want you to talk through it, Jacqueline, a little bit, so that we can just acknowledge a few people that are in here and they're supportive of what you're doing.
You won't believe all the people that have come together. And it's cool. A great story. I'll let you play it, and I can talk
I only glanced at it so far, so I haven't really let me just see if I can find the video here very quickly. And again, I won't
no worries.
do one.
Well, the really neat thing about this video as well is Rob House was in the house. His son made it for me.
Right.
This is like multi-generational, and it's so sweet. And I'll let y'all, here's the secret of this one as well, is that we came together in literally 2 days, and all of these people on LinkedIn, I mean, and the kids, these are like not only people on LinkedIn, but their families as well. They came together. There's Rachel Beck. And look at, there's Asha. I mean, Dr. Elizabeth, there you are. There you are. Right. And all of, there's Jaron. I mean, and there's Mikkel right there. I mean, these are iconic LinkedIn people and family. Michael, there he is, that just showed up. I literally sent them a message and I said, I need your help. I want to put together a video. There's Elaine and Falguni. I mean, these are people who have just, they spend so much time, so much energy. They show up in the world. This is my friend Harrison from Australia and Chef Jill. Amazing that all of these people, when I reached out to them in one day to say, would you help with a video? And everyone, their answer was, of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. Hey, there's Roy. I mean, and that was the part that amazed me the most. I have to tell you, I've had an interesting 6 weeks with a lot of things that have gone on in the world or in my world and my family world. And I was really behind schedule and getting the whole campaign off the ground. And I didn't think that video was going to happen this year. And literally 3 days ago, I just sent everybody a message and said, I need your help. Are you in? And they were like, absolutely. Of course we're in, full support. And that's when you see the heart of people, right? That's when you go, absolutely amazing. Not only are there brilliant people in this world, such heart-centered people in the world, and it makes you always feel like you're not alone. And that's what we were talking about. You know, when you come together with other people, when you work together, when you're united, when you volunteer and you spend time together doing good things, it's absolutely remarkable, the love that everyone feels. I mean, you can't not feel good when you hear this video and the music's to it and you see all the beautiful faces, and absolutely amazing. And the fact that Rob's son, who's like, you know, I'm not even sure he's 20 yet, you know, just said, of course I'll put the video together. I even offered to give him a little, you know, a little bit of money. And he was like, absolutely not. I'm not taking your money. I'm doing this.
Oh, that's fantastic. No, I appreciate
amazing.
Yeah, so many people again that follow what you do and more, and it's not even so much following what you do, but they're in sync, if you will. They're finding that
they want to give.
Right. They want to give, and and it's in their language. You can tell when it's in people's language. You can hear it in their voice. You know, it's funny when you go into a room and you start talking to people, you instantly hear certain words. You go, oh, I resonate with that person. I get them.
Right. You feel their heart. You know, I talked about this earlier, and Peter, you and I have talked about this as well. And, you know, we have this beautiful brain on our heads, but this beautiful heart we have is actually way smarter than our brains. And science now shows this for us, right? It functions like our brain does. It remembers how people make you feel. And that's what we know about all of those people in that video, is that we all remember how they make us feel. And those are the people that continually show up to do the good in the world, to put out the good in the world, to, you know, not only share their business here on LinkedIn and obviously do that side of the world, but they show up as goodness again and again and again. Yeah. And when you all come together, it's absolutely remarkable. You can see how quickly you can just, I mean, if you took, I'm just going to say this, and it's not about followers or anything, but if you took all of the followers that all of those people have on LinkedIn and you added them up all together, I mean, that's millions of connections that they have spent and made time. It's time and energy. It's not just because they showed up and all of a sudden they got followers, but that's millions of people that they touch every year that they're here. And that's a remarkable influence when it comes to doing social good and using social media for social good. Yeah, and that's what they're all choosing to do. They all chose to take their time to show up, to use their influence for social good in our world. And damn, that's what we can all do. I don't care if you have 2 followers, that's right, or you have 1 million followers like Jaron does, right? Yeah. You can use the power of what you have to influence and empower others in your life. And that's what Do One Give Day is about. Just show up and influence one person. That's all we have.
One person. You know, it's funny. That's a great segue, by the way. Thank you for that. It's a great segue because I wanted to mention this. I think it's really, it's not ironic actually, but it's National Volunteer Week. You know, it's National Volunteer Week.
It is.
In Canada. I think globally it's recognized globally, but I know certainly in Canada it's recognized. And I think it's fascinating to remember about how important volunteerism is. And volunteer this year, the theme is volunteering is empathy in action. That's the theme this year, is empathy is action, empathy in action. Sorry. And it affirms basically, the connection between volunteerism and empathy. So I just, I wanted to acknowledge that. I think, and I remember this when I'm talking about the Philanthropy channel, which is, my passion for wanting to start a television channel with that. Actually, you know what? I'm going to put that up, because I'll put your logo up here in a second. I want to make sure that I get your branding up here and so on. Behind me there, the Philanthropy channel, that's a concept that I've had for about 10 years now.
Amazing.
A television license. It's going to happen, everybody. I mean, this is the fun part of it, of amplifying good in the world, and that network will do that. But back to the idea of philanthropy, the idea of giving back. I was talking to somebody I remember many years ago, and I said, well, you're a philanthropist. And they said, no, I'm not a philanthropist. I just volunteer. And I said, oh my gosh. I said, that's the nuts and bolts of philanthropy, giving back. So I wanted to mention a couple of things here in Canada. I'm sure across the world, it's very similar numbers, I'm sure, but close to 80% of people in Canada actually volunteer some way over the age of 15. This is what these stats are. Probably higher now, of course, since COVID. And believe it or not, and you probably know this, Jacqueline, the annual volunteering time, the commitment, it shows up to, it equates to something like 2.5 million full-time jobs.
Yeah.
So how many people are being helped because of the generous use of people's time?
Absolutely. Listen, even with 365 Give, it's the same way, right? We have a team of volunteers that help me with social media and writing and some other background, jobs that I need help with. And even that equates to like $150,000 donation for 365 Give, which I can't get in cash, but volunteer time, like, that's remarkable. And here's the other really great fact I want to throw into volunteer time, so everyone knows. I did an interview with a remarkable researcher. He happens to be the leading researcher on the science of giving in the world. And his name is Dr. Stephen Post. And we did an interview with him on Clubhouse on Sunday. And some of the amazing facts that I actually didn't know, and they've done studies on this now. And they say that for people to be able to literally increase not only their happiness and well-being, but literally their health, is all you need to do is volunteer about 2 hours of your time every week. Wow. That's it. 2 hours. And you will dramatically, and I mean, the numbers are, I actually have the paper in front of me. The numbers are ridiculously outstanding in regards to that percentage. So impact. Here we go. I'll give it to you. 96% of volunteers agree, 90%, 96% agree that volunteering makes you happier. Okay. That was one of the research studies that they did. 68% of volunteers feel actually healthier. Okay. It's made them feel physically healthier. 89% of volunteers feel as though their well-being has been increased. 77% of volunteers says it improves their emotional health. Okay. I mean, like, these numbers are pretty remarkable. 78 says it helps them recover from loss and disappointment in their life. I mean, it keeps going. And these are people that do all different. This isn't just about going to a soup kitchen for 2 hours of your time. It's doing like the work that I do. I mean, all the time, all the work I do for 365 Give is volunteer work, right? So, you can make massive gains in your health, well-being, and happiness by spending just a little bit of your time doing some volunteer work or working with a charitable organization, whatever it is, doing small acts of giving, like we're talking about right now, doing those every day of the week. That's literally going to increase your health and happiness just by that. They literally call it the prescription to increasing health and happiness.
Oh, beautiful segue. I heard you say that, and even in a post just recently, you said, come and join us and have this conversation and talk about the prescription of happiness that way. I mean, the concept of, because I know you talk about a daily dose of happiness, dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. I know that because I've listened.
I got it. I love it. It's in your. You did it.
I listened to you a lot. Trust me. I follow you on Clubhouse, all of that. But you talked about a prescription. Let's jump right there. I'd love to hear more about that prescription for a happy and healthy life. I think you just touched on what some of it is, but Please tell us.
Completely and totally. Well, here's some really neat things that are going on that I actually didn't even know until I did this interview with Dr. Post. And they actually have a program in the UK now. I don't have the name of it in front of me. They've been doing it for the past 6 years, where it is a program where they actively get people volunteering as a prescription to increase their mental and physical health, right? To help them cope with depression and anxiety. And I'm not talking about the type of depression, anxiety where you need medical treatment, okay?
Right.
But this is when we're really stuck. We're feeling sadness. We're feeling slightly depressed. They now have programs in the UK that this is their prescription to actually help the people deal with all of this, because the research is so strong now, and it's been done for so many years, over so many decades, is that they know in the UK, and it's just started in Canada, it's just starting, I'm going to be looking into this program, that they know that by prescribing this and offering programs where people can participate in volunteer work is, first of all, one is that they are reducing their cost, their load, in regards to paying for jobs or for doing the work that volunteers do, right? So if the government doesn't step up and provide programs to feed the homeless, to take care of the hungry, to whatever it is, mental health and well-being, all of those programs, you know, by prescribing this for your people, you've now got people volunteering to do this work. It saves the government gobs of money. And on top of it, the healthcare costs that governments have to absorb because of heart health. I mean, Peter, right? We got to talk heart health, right? Huge. The effects that giving have on heart health is absolutely remarkable. And this is your physical health. Increases life longevity. You know, they're now talking about how it affects Alzheimer's, right? I mean, it keeps going. I mean, this is here, you want to talk about health? Let me give you some good facts right here, which is pretty remarkable. I'm going to come up with these facts. These ones were shocking to me. So heart health, here we go. These are all of the literally prescribed illnesses that they can prescribe volunteerism to help create the remedy for. Chronic pain sufferers, MS patients, cardiology patients, mental illness. These are just a few of the hardcore illnesses that are out there. Obviously, alcoholics, you know, that's a huge drain on our governments. We know that's part of the part of the program for Alcoholics Anonymous. These are huge strains of money that it costs on the taxpayers.
Sure.
When what can be prescribed to help this is volunteering and giving.
You know, you touched on something, and we talked about this before, but I want to add it here. Philanthropy channel behind me, but let me put up your branding here and make sure everyone knows what we're doing here. Is that you know, that's one of the things about giving back and making a difference, is that we, you know, as a society, sometimes we look to our governments, and then we also look to the nonprofit. But there's also lots of room in there for corporations to participate, and I think we're going in that direction. I think
we're seeing more of it.
Yeah, more companies are becoming more aware that part of retaining their people, servicing their staff and employees and their clients and customers, is that finding out what the causes that are important to people and supporting that. Talk about that a little bit, just about the idea of empathy and doing good and how it can fit into the corporate side of it from your perspective, because you've talked to a lot of business people. You're on Clubhouse. You talk to a lot of people. Empathy and doing good, and then on the corporate side of things, where that fits.
Well, I think we're seeing right now a really big push in, and this is the benefit of COVID, right? For all of the terrible things that happened during COVID, this is one of the benefits that's coming out of COVID, is really making sure that you are providing mental health and well-being programs for your employees at work. Well, what we need to understand about well-being is what are those key pillars within a well-being program. And what we take a look at are two key pillars that I talk about, and actually three. So one is happiness. How are you feeling? Second one is how are you giving? Because we know that has such a big influence on well-being. Research all proven. And the third one is meaning and purpose in your life. So these are three key pillars of well-being, which giving, philanthropy, in the business world, they call it CSR programs, so corporate social responsibility programs. Right. And this isn't just about companies doing the big donation on behalf of everyone. This is actually getting employees involved, hands-on, getting them to choose, giving employees time off from work to go and volunteer. letting employees be part of choosing how the company is going to give. So it could be as simple as maybe they have a dress down day at work and the employees donate $5 and the company matches it. And then the employees choose how the money is going to be spent rather than the company doing it, right? Having other activities that are going on at work. A lot of the motivational programs now are having time where employees are coming together. Maybe you do a barbecue together, and you're also packing homeless packages, which then get delivered and sent off to the homeless where they needed it. There's lots of different programs that we're seeing now in companies, because what we see is, first of all, it brings employees together. It creates social connection. Another biggest way to happiness, social connection. And what volunteering and giving does is it increases social connection. Number one path to happiness, right? You're doing good in the world. Number two path to happiness. So it keeps amplifying every time with this. And now you're having meaning and purpose. You're not just showing up to work, to go to work, to make a paycheck, to bring home, to support your family. Now your company is providing purpose and meaning in your life by including these CSR, corporate social responsibility programs, as a way of increasing the purpose and meaning in your life, rather than just going to work and going home. Giving increases that in your life. You're feeling like your life matters in the world and that you're showing up to be part of the greater good in the world. And that's purpose and meaning, and how you can add it in. So right there, all of a sudden, by doing a company program and being leaders in this, you have hit like 5 out of the 7 pillars of well-being, right? Just by doing this in your program, but you're bringing your people together. It's fun for them. It's creative. It's part of, the social connection in your workplace. And all of a sudden people are happier. Well, guess what? When your people are happier, they give more. And not only do they give more outside of work, but they're happier at work, which means you've got a more supportive community working together rather than being competitive. So now Joe, who works beside you, you're happy to help Joe. You're happy, you're going to give to Joe, you're going to support him in his work. And all of a sudden the cycle goes on. It was the big question. What comes first, the chicken or the egg? So what comes first, happiness or giving?
Right. Oh, great question.
Right? What comes first, happiness or giving? Well, here's the thing. It's a cyclical effect. If you're not happy, give, because it's going to increase your happiness. When you're happier, you're going to automatically give more, right? And both ways. If you're happy, it's automatic. You're going to be more generous. You're going to be more empathetic. You're going to be more compassionate in your life. And they say that, giving and empathy go hand in hand, or giving is empathy in action. I say giving is love in action. Oh. Giving is love in action. And that's what Do One Give Day is all about this year, is that we are giving. Giving is love in action. And I truly believe, and think about when we're all born. When you're a baby, you are just pure love. Like, you haven't been programmed. There's nothing bad in this world. Everything is good. We are born love, literally. And this is what we can do to step more into that. Step into who we truly are. Step into the love that we were when we were born, is you give. And when you give, you're taking the love that every human being, I don't care where you live, I don't care if you have money or no money, I don't care how old you are, what color your skin is, what your religion is. The common thread through every human being is love in this world. And what we can all do is we can take that love that is innately who we are, put it into our hands, and give it out to the world. It's free. Love is free. Where's Michael Ray when we need him? He talks about this all the time, right?
Love
in action. That's all it is, man. It's that simple. So it's not difficult. Doesn't have to cost you money. You don't have to overthink it. Set the intention, put it on your day, look for it out in the world, because I guarantee you it will find you. It will find you, and the opportunity to give love will be right in front of you.
Oh, well said. There's so many comments here. I want to jump to them before, because I know I have like 15 minutes.
I know. You got me for 10 minutes.
I'm looking at the clock going, gee, I don't know how to do a show less than 90 minutes. But
I know it's a new thing. It's going to be your new thing. Get it all in there.
I got to work on that. I love this here. A couple quick comments here. Daniel, compounded reciprocated.
Absolutely, Daniel.
Reciprocity is one of my favorite words on the planet. So we definitely want to make sure that, again, it's being able to be reciprocal with relationships and giving and so on. Really, really important. Here it is. We're all in this together. Melody, yes, of course. I so appreciate, again, what she does.
Thank you.
people and so on. Gina, thank you so much for that. Very nice of you to say those things. Appreciate that. There's Dimitri. Yeah, the power of love. Absolutely appreciate that. It's wonderful to see heart and evolution. What I say, love evolution. Yeah, I like that. Love evolution. Sorry,
I like it.
I like that. Recognizing the importance of our heart.
Changing the paradigm. I love that. Levolution.
I love that. Someone tell me who this
Copy
is.
that. Yeah, we got to know who that is.
You got to know who you are. Who said this one?
Levolution. Where's Michael Ray? He's got to see that. Levolution.
This is
part of the Levolution.
Hey, listen, I like where Danielle's going with this. Wouldn't it be wonderful if Peter, Renuka, and Jacqueline could come to the happiness conference?
Oh my God, Jen. Okay, you know what? I keep putting this out to the world, right? I keep
put it out there, universe. Just putting it out there. That's all
exactly.
I'm saying. Just put it out there.
Keep saying that. Okay, where's our sponsor? We need our
there
sponsor.
You go. Hey, I'm working on it. Don't you worry. Give back, making a difference, unifying the concept of a world. Absolutely.
It is, right? Ubuntu. You know that word, Peter. Ubuntu.
Yeah. That's from
We Are One. It's the African term, right? That
right.
We are one.
We are.
Yeah, it's like a namaste. It kind of means the same thing. I am you and you are me.
I love this. I need to not need to do anything actually. I got
no
some.
Need.
You know what? I need another 40-minute hour with you.
No, you're good. 10 minutes. You can do this, Peter.
I can do this. I'm gonna do my very best. Okay, so I know again we connected on. Well, first of all, we connected here on LinkedIn and so on. But you've introduced me to so many amazing people in in Clubhouse. So I don't know if anyone is on Clubhouse right now, but I do want to give a shout out to you for all those all the things you're doing on Clubhouse, because you spend a lot of time on that network, on that platform, everybody. So if you don't know what Clubhouse is, just type it in and go join it. It's audio, it's social audio, basically.
It's a new social audio app.
Right. And it's such an amazing application. And I spent some time on there. And when I go into rooms where you are, instantly there's these thought leaders from around the world, which I so appreciate. I think Danielle was actually, that's how I met her, by the way, through being on.
And Danielle Levine, right?
Right.
Yeah, we did. I got onto Clubhouse because of 𝗟𝗃𝗍𝗍.
Right.
And we did the very first World Happiness Day there, 24-hour room. My first time on Clubhouse, and we did a 24-hour room.
Right.
Yeah, which was amazing. And, we just did another event there for World Happiness Day. I mean, we had thousands of people come through just to celebrate happiness, to talk about happiness, to understand happiness on every level. We did a room, we did with Stephen Post the other day. I mean, we have 2,000 people come through the room, and what a beautiful opportunity I had to really, part of my mission is to educate people about the science of giving and to understand that, how it affects our brains and our bodies and our health and well-being, all the things we've been talking about. I mean, what a beautiful opportunity that in 2 hours you get to talk to 2,000 people. I mean, I couldn't put on an event like that, right?
Right.
And people get to learn, right? It's phenomenal and engage.
With people, not so in the learning part, but you connect to so many people. Like, and for me, when I follow you, I go into these rooms, and then all of a sudden I'm like, wow, that person resonates.
That person and that person, and
You know who resonates with me? I'm going to tell you who resonates with me.
Oh God, here she's coming. She's coming. I know.
Here's your good friend from the UK. How are you?
I'm so glad I rushed back so I could see Jacqueline. Honestly, I absolutely resonate. I love her so much. She's the most amazing person. And obviously you, Peter, just in awe of you both. Amazing.
I love it.
Oh, well, thank you for joining us. I know your day. We don't have to go there. You have 5 minutes. You're going on to a live show as well onto Clubhouse. So first of all, Mimi, thank you for joining us. And it's such a pleasure to meet you because, of course, I met you through Jacqueline in the beautiful rooms that you host and so on. Yes. Clubhouse. So again, everybody, I want to make sure just Clubhouse, just look it up. You'll find it. Download the app and look for these
rooms. Come every Tuesday.
Exactly.
This woman will inspire. Like, you'll get up and jump up and down off your chair. She will inspire.
And also, Jacqueline, you're one of the most beautiful soul people I've ever met. You're so amazing. I'm just so blessed. Through Clubhouse, we've met the most phenomenal people, and I do believe that you meet people when the time is right. And I've been very blessed for both of you to cross my path. It's been an honor, seriously. And I had to drive home really quickly so I could come and jump on and be with you both. So,
Jacqueline, when you find out later from her day what she went through just to jump on here, so I super appreciate that. Mimi, I just want to stay with the theme of do one, give. I know that you're familiar with Jacqueline and 365 Give and so on. What does all that mean to you, the concept of one person doing one thing, trying to make one difference in the world? Talk a little bit about that for us.
Well, for me, I think, like as Jacqueline, I believe that we're all interconnected. So there's no separate. So what you do to someone else, you do to yourself. And when you realize that the universe is actually coming from within you, that we have an immense power that we can transform this world when we stop looking at all the things we don't want and we start placing our attention on the world that we want to live in. And if we can remember that people are just reflections of us. So what we see in someone else, we have aspects of that within ourselves. And the whole point of our life's journey is to return back to love. So I think you can use any situation just to clean yourself up and to come back to to your true natural state of being. So what Jacqueline's doing, I think, is so powerful, and I love it. Anyone that's trying to bring happiness back into the world and to bring us back to our natural state, then I'm behind it 100%. So, and like you, Peter, the message that you're, with this radio station, giving people a voice and taking it to a larger community, because people only get to see the dark stuff in the world, but they never get to see all the beautiful things. And the world is a very beautiful place.
Oh, thank you for that. I appreciate that shout out. Jacqueline, your good friend. I know, again, I'm so blessed.
Thank you, beautiful.
What does it mean?
Thank you for making the time today. This is our first time in person, so this is
Yes.
What? Is that for real? I did not know this.
Hours and hours together.
Yeah, I mean, we hear the voice, but if you go into a room and you have to shut your eyes because you don't know what anyone looks like. So
I know I must say it's fascinating to go through that journey with you. But Jacqueline, I wanted to go back to that about the impact that I know she has on me, but I'm wondering the impact that she has on you and your philosophy in life.
Well, I can't wait for everyone here on LinkedIn to really dig in deep with Mimi on Thursday. I mean, I'm blessed. I get to hear her voice every week. I get to feel the inspiration. I mean, the first time I heard her, I was like, oh, this woman is like singing my song, I mean, she literally has the words and says the words that are in my heart that I don't always get out. And so when you get to stand, in Clubhouse, we call it stand on a stage together, and you're surrounded with people like Mimi, all of a sudden you literally feel invincible. You no longer hide who you are, but you stand in your truth of who you are and what you believe. And Mimi allows us all to speak that language of love with no fear. I was in a room, we're just about to do, the Power of Love room on Clubhouse. That's our room coming up. And Mimi, yep. I will be in our room a little later. But in that, right, when you finally are able to stand in that truth of yourself and then voice it, and that's what Mimi allows everyone to do, because she's so clear and so intentional in the words that she uses and the messages that she gives across constantly for people, that it allows you to do the same. You no longer are worried about what people are going to say about whether you call it woo-woo or spirituality or call it love. She allows it because there's just no, don't mess with this one, but she's going to tell you how it is. And that's it. And then everyone else is like, damn, I can talk like that. And it's good. And it inspires us and it makes us feel so good. So I'm super excited for Thursday. I can't wait to hear the whole conversation that goes on with you two, because she literally inspires thousands of people. It's amazing.
Oh, that is fantastic. Mimi, thank you for joining us. I know you have a couple seconds here, so I don't want to miss your show. You don't want to miss your show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for your messaging. I want everyone to know, yes, you're coming on the show, so I'm so excited. We're going to be talking in a couple of days. Looking forward to that. She's a best-selling author, everybody. She talks about happiness, leadership, and all kinds of amazing things. Clubhouse, you can go check her out. And it's mimibland.london, which is why I love that, is London. And thank you for calling in from the UK. So good to see you. We now know it works. We're going to get you that ring light and light you up for the next show.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you.
So I'm hoping to jump in your room sometime this afternoon.
Thank you so much. So blessed for both of you. I love you both and sending you both so much love and happiness. Thank you so much
for taking the time, sister.
Okay, well, that's fantastic.
How love cool you. Thank you. That was amazing.
Yeah,
I love you always get people that I haven't actually ever met in person before.
I did not know this. I know,
it's so funny, right? You spend so much time with people on Clubhouse, but you only ever hear their voice. I've met 2 people from Clubhouse, right? I have two friends who are actually in Vancouver from Clubhouse, but I've actually never, but it's like LinkedIn too, right? I mean, we've never met in person. We have spent so much time together, but you know, this is as close as we've gotten to almost touching each other.
I love it. I love it. No, she's an awesome person. So I'm looking forward to that conversation. Hey, I know you have a couple minutes and you got to go. Listen, I prepare so much stuff for you that
We're good.
Really, really quick. I just want to see your thoughts. This is only 46 seconds long. Let's have a quick peek at something, and I want to come back to it and
Beautiful
comments on this. Let's check this out here, everybody.
Take a look at your life, your world, your family, your day. Do what works for you. Donate, volunteer. Help a neighbor, be kind to a stranger. This is how we're going to go from anxiety and depression to happy. Together, we can all start small, and we can make the world a better world. A happier world, one give, one day at a time.
I know I always heard that yes at the end.
My celebration moment that I didn't forget the talk.
Yes, I love it.
I actually got through it.
6.65 million views. Congratulations on that. Again, I don't mean to be rushing. I know you only got a couple of minutes. Your thoughts on that? Same person? Are you the same person right there? You still feel the same way?
You know what? Completely and totally. I don't, I've thought many times about doing another talk, and sometimes I go, I don't know what else I would say that would be so much different other than when I'm talking about 365 Give. Obviously, our numbers are a little bit better now because of that talk.
Right.
But that was on the wings of angels, and I think that when we share the messages that are going to touch people's hearts, and obviously I didn't know at the time, and when we speak from our heart and we step into our passion and we truly come from that place of meaning in our own lives, the angels just have our back and they take it. And obviously that's what happened with that. I can't explain it any other way other than I'm blessed, I'm grateful. And if every day that message is watched by one person, which I think it is,
yes,
I'd say,
6.65.
then you know what? If I've touched one heart, right? If I've made one person think, if I've planted one seed, then I know I'm doing my job every day of my life, that I have showed up and I'm doing my job every day.
I love it. Listen,
why I'm here.
I will cry if I have someone named Jacqueline Way and not be able to run very quickly through this. Stay with me. We got to do way, no way. We got to do really
You got 1 minute. You got 1 minute.
I got 1 minute. Here we go. This just means I say a sentence and she just says, way, no way. It's as simple as that. We're going to have some fun. I know you got to get going. Here we go. Buying stylish clothes for babies is a waste of money.
Completely and totally, yes.
Way.
It's a waste. Yes.
Money can buy happiness.
No.
Love is a choice, not a feeling.
It's both. It's both.
If you give up, all right. Oh no, listen, I got to move on.
It is a feeling because we're human beings, but it's also a choice because we can create it for ourselves.
Okay. If you give up, it means you never wanted it.
If you say it again,
if you give up, it means you never wanted it.
No, on that one, fear might be holding you back a bit.
You can't make a big difference in the world, so do something little to contribute.
Oh, we can all make a difference. All of us, every action, no matter how small.
Absolutely. We are all responsible for climate change because we are all consumers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every single person on this planet is responsible for climate change. Yeah.
Giving money to charity is more effective than volunteering.
Don't agree. Equally as valuable.
Got it. Finish this sentence. We've talked about it before, but I love hearing your version of it. Finish this sentence. I love my life because I'm
surrounded by the most remarkable human beings. And that's my friends here on LinkedIn. That's my friends on Clubhouse. That's my family. Everybody I don't know what glasses I wear, but everybody that I meet has so much love in their heart. And that's the blessing that I get in my day. Every day. Every day.
Listen, you know how I feel about you. So I appreciate you. I just so appreciate you. Thank you so much. I know you got to go to your next show.
I do. It's starting in 1 minute.
I know. Please check it out, everybody. It's this Thursday, April 28th. Do One Give Day, and it's 365give.ca. Jacqueline, good to see you.
Thank you for having me. Get on social. Post something good, positive, anything. Just get on social. Let's change the news.
Absolutely. Everybody get out there, and you know how we end this thing, everybody. Hey, just be kind out there. That's all we have to do. Just be kind, everybody.
Have a beautiful day, everybody.
All right, you take care. We'll see you on the other side.
See you on the other side.
So I found a new friend, and we traded a pen for this soccer ball. And I thought it was really nice because I just gave him the pen because he'd been helping me throughout the day to learn 𝗂𝗏𝗏. And he's a very smart boy, knows English very well. Very good English. Yes. So I gave him a pen, which they love pens. And 10-15 minutes later, he came back and gave me a ball for the trade. So I just thought that was really, really cool because I didn't ask for it. 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗶𝗹. Yeah, pita. Yeah, so he gave me that. So I'm really, really happy about that. And I'll be bringing this back to Canada. And yeah, I thought it was awesome. He's a really, really, really clever kid. He's going to be an English teacher. Professor. Yeah. That's it. Thank you. Thank you.